afternoon, everybody. Friday the 20th of December. Where is this year gone? And here we are on tile 504. It's 2 minutes really since we did tile 500 and onwards and upwards from there. So here we go. A couple of things. Firstly, thank you for whoever sent a lovely bag full of tiles, but we don't know who sent it because you didn't put your name in. So it'd be lovely to know. But our tile 500 challenge is still going strong and we're building more. I will actually try next week to get a photograph of it so you can see where it's up to at the minute. But we are still accepting tiles, so please keep sending them in. We want to get to 500. It'd be great. So today, orders. Anybody ordered from the birthday show? It's day 6 of our sort of kind of suppliers days, and they're all out. The courier took them. He's actually scanned them all, and we've got quite a few of the Sewing Street ones out as well. So hopefully they're all on the way to you because they're still going to be delivering up until Christmas Eve. Everybody else's, Sarah's off today, Tommy was off Wednesday, and Alice, it's her last day today, so everything else then will be starting to go back out again 2nd of January. So here we go then, let's get on with this tile. All right, I've done a bit of inking, and I've got a bit of green ink there. It's just because I've left it wet on a piece of cardstock that had already got ink on, and it's crept in, but I don't mind that, it's fine. I've got a little bit of a different. I've put a bit of orange in the middle, see, and I've got pink on either side. Sprayed it, a little bit of salt in the middle, then just left it. So here we go. All right, I'm going to mark in with pencil just because I can. Nickel pencil, they're all on their way. If you've not got it, please don't panic, it's coming. So here we are. I'm going to put a little mark there. So I'm going to find the centres, turn it round, and find the centres. All right, bit of a guess, it's fine. And I'm going to use my ruler just because I can. And I'm going to put myself a little line. I'm going to keep this light for now. Okay. Oh, sorry, I've not that. My stand feels a little bit lower than usual. Okay. So I'm going to go round and I'm going to put this line in. Just lining up those little guides I've got. See? Keep it light. Okay, so I've got that. Yeah, I'm probably going to keep that later, but I want to sort of work on it now. And let's find the middle. So again, look, I'm going to kind of put, actually, let's just put a line across. It just makes life easier. And I've got my guides in, and I can work from there. Okay, so I've got that to get me going. So this next one, I'm going to come back onto these diagonals. And let's have a look. I'm going to imagine about... looking between here, like about halfway. Just want myself a little bit of a fighting chance to get them sort of similar. And then this one, see, looking between there and there, about halfway. And the next one about halfway. Okay, and then I'm going to use my pencil just so I can get the idea, and I'm going to look, see, pencil that in. And let's do this one. See, if you start from the middle, it doesn't feel so bad because you can do half and then half, see? And then put that in when you're comfortable with it. Again, look, about halfway. Okay, I'm going to put that in with pen now, so it's all done in pencil. So here we go. Now I'm going to attempt to do a curve if I can. It's always better if you can do it in one go because you're going to get a better line. But having said that, if you need to go in parts again, do it from the middle and work outwards. Okay, the next one. In along there. And the next one. In and along there. Okay. So I'm going to put this line in too. I'm going to bring my ruler back in. Yeah, I'm not going to don't need to do that freehand really. But I wanted it there so I could make sure that I was happy with it. And next one. In and along there. So are we all sorted out and ready? We did a little bit of shopping this morning on the way into work, so we've got our regular bits and pieces. We don't go crazy at Christmas. You know, it's quite nice to just sort of, you know, do whatever you want to do. We're not, it's only me and John, so. And Benji. You see, I'm just putting myself another curve in just to help me out here. Slightly inside there. And inside there. Okay. So again, I'm going to sort of have this line. I'm going to do this with a ruler, so I've got a straight edge. But if I've got a line to start me off, see, I've got a bit of a shape going on inside there. So let's put that line in first. So that's going to come in from there. And again, using my ruler a bit today, aren't I? So we're kind of matching this up by eye. And then in and along there to that one. Then this bit, so here we go. From there, look. And then I can draw those in as well. Okay, that one. And then that one. So giving myself, you know, a bit of space there to get something in. And that one. Alright, so far so good. That's what we were after. Okay, so I want to put myself a border on the outside now as well. So let's have a look. I'm going to put some little dots in just to sort of help me. You know, when I put the ruler on, I can kind of see where I'm going. Okay. I know sometimes I'll do it freehand, but today I kind of want to see where I'm going. So, into that bit. And again, if you don't want to use a ruler, you could do this freehand. You can go a little bit wavy if you want. It's not a problem. If that's something you do and you can't help it, that's fine. You do it your way. Don't mind at all. This is just my interpretation of what I'm going to draw for you, or you're going to have a go at drawing. All right, there we go. So I want to put another line inside this one. And not too wide. And into this bits we go. And this one. So if you're liking your straight lines and your structure, this one's perfect for you today, isn't it? It's just that curve that we started off with, the shapes there. But this is a walk in the park, isn't it? A few lines as we go. Okay. So I'm just going to join that one. There it is. So just because I can, while I've got a minute, I'm going to kind of just remove those lines. Don't want them to get in the way of anything a little bit later. So just those ones there, you know, that I actually used to create those curves. I'm going to come with my little brushy duster. Okay. Now I have got a tiny little rubber again, I know. I like to do that. I do cut bits off because then I can get real into the details and bits and pieces. Okay, let's have a look at this middle bit now. I'm going to imagine, I don't know, a mark. I'm going to put myself marks in so I can see where I'm going. So it's going to kind of form another little square inside. You see? And then look at my curve here. Imagine my curve. Put my curve in. Move it round, curve. Move it round, curve. Move it round, curve. Okay, not saying it's going to be perfect, but what I'm saying, if you do it that way, you just get that kind of feel for the line. So that always works for me, mostly. All right, so let's have a look from the centre then. From the centre, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go over everything. Okay, so I've got it. I can always rub it out afterwards. Just means that I've got something I can work with. Oh, there, look, and there. Okay, so I'm going to stick with pencil because what I want to do, I want to draw myself a shape from here to here. And that means going over everything, but I don't want it to stay over everything, you see? There. So if I turn it round, same again, look. Always imagine it. You know, first, if you can imagine it, you can do it. It's a series of lines. See? Follow it through. And then to do the other side always feels a bit weird. So I'm coming down here so I can draw that same line. Just in a slightly different, way of doing it, but it works. There we go. And this one. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pen in, but I'm not going to go over the top of that shape there. So I'm only going to pen in those bits so it looks like it's underneath. You see, if I remove those bits now with my tiny little rubber, so you can see what I'm doing. See? So it's going underneath. And that's always the way to do it. Come in with pencil, draw the whole thing, and then you've got everything in where it needs to be. And you can easily then put these lines in, knowing that they're gonna look okay. You're gonna be happy with those. All right, let's fill all of those in. And this one. I've done that one, so let's bring that one in this way. However, you're comfortable with your drawing. You don't want to be drawing something where you think that feels really uncomfortable. I don't want to do that. Let's see, let's do this one. So we've got those shapes now that go underneath. So I've got, that's good, isn't it? I like that. Okay, next bit then, are you ready? So what I'm going to do is, I want to put myself a little line here. So again, it's almost like I'm creating another square, but just in those shapes there. Here and here, yeah. And then from that point, I'm going to come down to the point there. I'm creating that shape. I'm going to do the same on the other side. And then again, this one and this one. So each time it's going back to that point. And the next one, back to the point, and back to the point. Okay, starting to sort of kind of take shape now, isn't it? So let's have a look at the space between here then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of come in with a part, one of those, so you're just getting that bottom section there. And I'm going to do that in each corner, just to kind of make it look like it's giving it a border, or maybe that's part of another shape that's going into the rest of the piece, or somewhere else later on. Okay, so let's come back to these bits on the side here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm doing here. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to fill out, I'm going to create like a loop there and fill in little bits around it, like that. Same with this one, and around and into there. And the next one, so you sort of follow the lines up, you want that curve on the top there. Same with this one. Curve on the top. And along and in. As we work our way around. And each one. Next bit. To those. This one. And into there. Okay, so if we look at these little shapes around here, what I'm going to do, let's have a look. Let's start with this one. I'm going to split it into two, and then I want a loop on each one like that. So look, so a loop on this side, a loop on this side, and I can fill that bit in. So again, look, two loops, and any gaps you're just going to fill in with ink. And again, little loops, you go. Same again. One there, one there. To this one, and this one. Into those. Okay. So let's go back to these shapes. So again, I'm going to use my pencil because I want everything to go. Do you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to draw that line in again because I think it needs a little bit more. Right, just so I know it's there, that's better. Okay. So I'm going to come back in with my pencil and I'm going to aim for 2 lines either side. Now, if you think that's a little bit much, you can't quite do that, you could always put 1 in. And just to make life easier, see, I'm going to go over the whole lot, like that. So I'm going to do all of this side first. Again, if you need to, you can put a mark in just to help you out. So I'm kind of sort of visualising it like that, see? So 1, it's going that way, so it missed it anyway. This is a nice thing, I think, having a nice pointy pencil all the time. Just means that you can get these shapes in. Same there. You see, and I'm trying to sort of keep it flowing if I can, so up and down. It just means you get into that mode of creating that shape. And then see with this, I can sort of put in all of those, and I know that as long as I follow those lines, it's going to work just fine and everything's in the right place for me to add those in. Alright, so there's that one. Let's do this top one, look. And of course, you know, you can always make amendments if you need to. It's only in pencil, it's only up until this point. So after this point, that's it. Pen, you're stuck with it. Okay. Next one. So notice I'm only drawing in those bits here, just like before. I'm not drawing in this bit. It's all about that going underneath that line, so makes life a bit easier, like that. And this one. Into those as we go. And this one. And this one. It's nice. So when when you've sort of drawn your lines in and you think, right, okay, I've drawn my lines in, it's fine. I can just go ahead and put my shapes in now. You're all right. It's great. Okay. So let's have a look at this one. I'm going to get a line in that one as well. And that one. As best you can. So we're kind of trying to keep, with those lines. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay. Back to my loops. I'm going to put myself a little line in each one like that. I don't worry if they're not exactly the same length, it doesn't matter. And then this one. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of bits of pencil now. Again, I just want to be careful because if I've got quite a lot of black ink lying around, I don't want to be smudging it if I can help it. So, yeah, getting rid of those bits along there, it's going to really bring those out and see. Into those. Ooh. And getting rid of any bits of pencil left. Don't need them anymore. Sometimes quite a bit, isn't it? Looks like I've got I used half of my rubber there, but that's okay. All right. First things first then. I want to put some colour in here. So I'm going to bring in, let's have a look. A black edition here. So let's have a look. Got a bit of a mix of everything, to be honest. So let's do that. So what have I got? Sanntangle red. I've got Spanish red. I've got a little bit of mid-rose out of my regulars, and I've got my white. That makes for a nice combination. And it works quite nicely with the colours I've got. So, all right, let's have a look. So my darkest colour there is going to be my Spanish red. So let's have a little bit of that in that bottom edge there. Sort of in those little bits. And a bit of Sanntangle red in those. Actually, I might sort of ease that off and put that mid-pink in around the edge there. Ooh. Sort of mix it up a bit. There we go. Come back in with those reds. A little bit of those. And let's get a bit of that white in. Alright, it's always worth just sort of burnishing that and sort of going over it a few times. Just to give us that little hint there. Look at that. That bit of light. And then a little bit of that Spanish red again. There we go. Touch of the white. And I do have my black lying around, my regular black pencil, so I'm going to come in and sort of darken up that bit there. Yeah, job done there. Alright. So as well as that, I want to add a little bit of colour. Again, I think we talked about this just a little bit in our last video. Is what bit do you want to stand out? Do you want these to be the main feature? Do you want this to be? Or this bit, or the loops? And that's where you add your colour. This obviously is now standing out more than anything. And I think these would be kind of nice to add some colour to as well. So I'm going to come in, being that I sort of, let's use Spanish red. This was kind of my darkest colour. And I'm going to add a little bit to each side. So this time, look, I'm not pressing on as much. Very little pressure. I just want to sort of place my colour. And that's going to help me to sort of blend them together a little bit easier. Okay. Then I've got my Sanntangle red. This is the V2 one. This is out the black editions. So these are the ones that are really going to bring it, you know, pop out on darker colours. Okay. And I'm going to bring that white in the middle there. So I'm just going over it a few times. It's not like I'm pressing on. It's just about getting some white in there. You see, it's going to make the highlight in the middle. You could have had the darkest at the bottom, so here, and got the white at the top. That would have given it a different look as well. So I'm going to bring that pink in. This is mid-pink out of my regular pencils. Quite a dark bit there. So I'm focusing really on that top section, look. It's that one. And there. And along there. Wow, the next one. That bit there. And then my Spanish red. I think Sarah's gone to do her Christmas shopping today. It's the shopping centre. Don't envy her doing that, honestly. Don't envy her. I'm more than happy to sit here and do a bit of tangling and work on a few bits and pieces and things ready for Christmas Day. That's my plan anyway. See, a bit more white over the top. You see now how that's standing out. So that's the feature I wanted to be more prominent. So everything else I'm going to shade regular pencils. Just a little bit more red there, look. I'm going to bring that black in. A little touch of it at the bottom there, look. And along there, don't go too bad, or too mad, not bad, too mad with your black. It just gives it that little bit of extra depth. You see, into there, up it. Last one, look, up it there, and see, I'm kind of flicking it up and in. Look at the difference there. Okay, so regular pencil, here we go. First things first, I'm going to add some to the bottom of these loops. Just going to do the bottoms, not the tops there. Okay. And this bit here. Alright. I'm going to tortillon it as I'm going. Sometimes it's nice to see how it grows. And little bits that go on as you're adding to it. So, not all the way to the top. See what's giving it a little bit of shape there. Same with this one. Next bit to those. I might as well do that one while I'm there. Okay. So, being that these loops look quite small, so I'm going to get myself a little bit of pencil just at the bottom edge there, like that. And then again, soften it out, not wanting to go right to the top. Just giving it a little bit of shadow there, okay? So, back to pencil. Just want to make sure that I've got those edges in there. Now I know we've just gone over the loops and we've done that little bit. And you're like, why are you doing this again? It's because it's nice to build it up. We wanted those loops to have a little bit of shading there, but that then sits over the top. Okay, so let's do the sort of the petal shapes underneath. So sure, definitely going to have this and this, and then we might as well do either side whilst we're at it, and then this bit. So the trick is now, how are we going to shade and get it right whilst it's underneath something? Because, you know, we don't want to be faffing about with trying to work out where the lines go and how it's going to sort of blend. So that's why I've got a little bit of rubber cut. Let's have a look at that, okay? So, tortillon in, and let's do those bits, because we know they'll be fine. So here, I'm going to sort of do this as though this is one whole piece. You see? So I'm going to work it. I'm not going to worry about the fact that that line's there. I'm going to do it what I usually do. So I want a little bit in there anyway. And work it over. So let's do the same with these. To there. See? Soften it all off. Work it up. Same with this one. Get it going. And in and around. And there. Next one, soften it all off, round it goes, into these bits, and those. Next one, to those again, see, it's kind of working it over. Not all of it needs to go over, but then I'm going to bring my rubber in, a tiny little cut-off piece, and I'm going to remove any of the shading that's in that shape there. Okay, that just means that we've got the shading underneath exactly how we want it, and then that we can just sort of take it off. Okay, so next bit then, back to pencil. For sure I'm going to come in here, look, and I'm going to put that in. And then this one. And notice as well this time I'm being quite definitive with that line. So I'm not sort of sketching or anything, it's a definite line in there. Yeah. And the same in this one here. Like that. And this one. This one. Next one. Okay. So again, now rather than sort of swoosh this too much, I want to kind of just sort of work it over the top like that, and that one back and forth. So it's not that it's traveling too far. Again, if it goes over, don't worry about it. We can rub those bits out. That's why we're kind of building it up as we go. This one. And then like any little bits that have gone over, we can just get rid of them. Just makes life easy, doesn't it? You think I just can rub it out after. And you get exactly what you want then in terms of your shading. Back with pencil. So of course we're going to do along here. And I'm going to do those at the same time. So that can be slightly sketchier now. It's fine. Because that's going to sit in the outer bit. It's not kind of as restricted as it is the rest of it. A bit. And that one. Again, Tortillon in. See, that one can actually soften off a little bit more because it's got space to do so. With this one, like back and forth. As we go. Next one. So I'm going to get it to sort of really stay to that line, and I'm going to ease it off as I work my way out towards the edge. The next one. And there we go. And this one. Next bit. And into there. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my black pencil now. And let's have a look. Now you could do this with pen, but I think being that I've got my black pencil sort of hanging out here, I might as well use that one. So I'm going to bring it to the sides, but look, I've missed the middle, so I've gone from here to here, here to here, so I've left that little bit, and I'm going to go all the way down that one. You see, curve wise, so it's giving it a little bit more darkness on the edges. It's down there. Next one. See, so into those bits there, and that one. So just those corner edges there, and along there, and then see where we've got the points of our little petals. I'm going to add some sort of coming up there, like kind of like a bit of a V. So I don't want to do it, but that's where our main point is. There's that bit there. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the outer edges. This is the focal point, so this is where we're going to do the most of it. So okay, bringing my white pencil in. This is my regular white pencil, and being that I've got ink on my piece, I'm going to come in and go over the top there, you see, with that white. I'm going to ease it off along that edge, but definitely there for sure. Okay, same with this one. Okay, and along the next one. Now, depending on what ink you've got in the background, or if you've got no ink at all, I would still do this because you're still going to get a little bit of whiteness on your tile, even if you've got a white tile, if that makes sense. It's going to give you that little bit of something. Just want to fade it off a bit, see? So again, our focal point's here. The rest of it is all kind of window dressing. So okay, I've got a white gel pen. I want to do now, I want to imagine sort of the opposite way, so light's going in, it's got to come out, it's all coming out, going in. So a little bit of a highlight kind of there, just to give it a little bit of something. I'm not going to do anything on the others, I'm going to leave it like that. It is, and if you feel you need to, you can always come in, look, and go over the edge, give it a little bit of whiteness. Mostly the pencil's done its work there, but you know, if you've got any little lines that you want to just sort of fade into the background, you can do that. Just kind of brings it in. Last one. You see, that's, you know, where you've put your black pencil, sometimes you think, oh, it's a bit thick, needed to keep it sharper, but that does the job. Okay, let's just move out a little bit. There we are. Last thing to do, bit of a signature. So when we come with my pen, there we go. All done. So there's our tile for the day, all done and sorted. So hope you've enjoyed it, and you know, draw yourself one and have a go, and let's see what they look like. So okay, in the meantime then, I will be back here Tuesday as usual. I know it's Christmas Eve, but you know, tiles don't stop. And I'll be doing our next tile, so if you want to join me with a cup of tea and maybe a piece of Christmas cake, wherever it is you've got, come on and join me. If not, it's going to be there for you to pick up when you get a chance to. And of course, next Wednesday I'm back on Hobby Maker, so it's all busy, things going on. But if I don't see you between now and then, everybody have a lovely Christmas, and you know, have a bit of a chill out. Just remember, it's not about stressing, it's just about having some time for yourself. Don't forget that. So have a good one, everybody, and I'll catch you at some point next week. So take care, see you soon, bye.